I, right now, on May whatever, guarantee that Bronny James will be a Laker with his dad in this next season. The deal has been done, period.
No one listens to Hit 'Em Up after Tupac's verse. I dare someone to tell me that they really listen to the verses post-Tupac.
Most of us, when we are mad at someone, we don't have the abilities to write poetry. We just say, you're fat, and now I'm going to bang your loved one.
Why are we talking about this again? Did someone say JJ McCarthy? What's happening?
I'm sorry, what are all you assholes in such a hurry for that you can't just say charisma? Sorry, don't have time for the extra syllables. Rizz.
So you're saying late at night after a long day of work, you don't get in bed and watch the nightcap, a conversation between Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco?
I have a cauldron. I've made a potion. I'm manifesting.
Could Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes just have switched places? Like, could Steph have been a quarterback, a little running, scrambling, gunning quarterback?
I want Oak at the Garden because that's going to put him over the top. Woo! Woo! I did two different ones. From Wondery, I'm Michelle Beadle.
Woo! And I'm Peter Rosenberg. And this is Over the Top. Woo, woo.
Are you ready? Everyone get your pens and papers out. Here's how the show works. Best stories of the week in sports and pop culture face off. We crown a champion and answer one simple question. What is the undisputed most important thing on planet Earth this week? We're going to decide it the only way we know how. Using Royal Rumble rules. We start with two stories, decide which one's more worthy to discuss and which one's gotta go. After 90 seconds, a new story will be introduced and we'll have to decide whether we want to keep talking about our current story or switch to the new one. We don't know the order of stories coming our way, but we do decide which ones get thrown over the top rope. Peter, what's first?
All right, first topics of the day. Somebody check on Turtle from Entourage.
What?
The least surprising turn of events in the NBA playoffs is unfolding in the Knicks-Pacers series as injuries are piling up on a team coached by Tom Thibodeau.
I don't like that.
It's a shocker, I know. Brunson's hurt, OG's hurt, Mitch is hurt, Hartenstein might be hurt, and it took until the third quarter of Game 3 for Tibbs to finally give Josh Hart a blow. Now the series is tied 2-2 after the Knicks lost by 30-plus
Was that bad?
in Game 4. Yeah, it's not what you want. Vibes are bad. Also, I believe that story was written by our producer, Andrew Goldstein.
It was 100%. Slant.
Yeah, that sounded like it was written by someone whose team had just been eliminated by that team. But on the other side of the ring, we have Bronny James. All right, he's been medically cleared to play by the NBA's Fitness to Play panel, which apparently is a thing, and he'll be allowed to fully participate in this week's draft combine. While he has until May 29th to officially decide to stay in the draft or return to college for his sophomore season. It is now expected, per Shams Charania, that he will stay in the NBA draft. Do you want to talk about Tibbs and the Pacers or Bronny being cleared for the draft?
Well, all that means is that Bronny and the Lakers and LeBron, the deal is done behind the scenes. So I don't know that there's anything to add to that. The JJ Redick hire will probably be put a little chocolate sauce on the sundae that will be hilarious content for the rest of us. But that's it, right?
Is it weird? Like, no offense to Bronny, it's not personal, but like whenever this story pops up, I just don't care right now. Like, if we get to a point where they're playing on the same team, obviously that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's done. They're going to play on the same. They're done. It is a Lakers. It's done.
So you're saying it's
100%.
done. You're saying it's 100% complete now.
Yes. Have you ever lived in a world where LeBron James left something to chance, or did he not already have this all planned out with Clutch Sports and Rich Paul? You're telling me they're just going to wing it?
I need you to do something most people in sports talk are not willing to do. I need you to make a guarantee, and if it doesn't happen, I need you to quit, retire.
Okay,
that's it.
I right now on May whatever guarantee that Bronny James will be a Laker with his dad in this next season. The deal has been done, period.
And if it doesn't happen,
I quit.
What do you quit? Which job?
Everything.
All right. In that case, over the top you go, Bronny. Let's talk about Tibbs and the Knicks. This is complicated because in one sense, you know, I hear frustration from fans about Tom Thibodeau wears his team out. By the way, I know it's Thibodeau, but I just go with consistent Tibbs.
Because it's
Thibodeau.
Tibbs or Thibodeau.
No, I can't do that though.
Why
I gotta
not?
go Tib, because once you're telling me the nickname is Tibbs, then it's Thibodeau. I'm not playing these reindeer games, okay? I'm going with Tibbs. Anyways, I understand the frustration because he really does run his players ragged. But at the same time, how am I going to be mad about a team that does the opposite of what all of us fans hate, and that is load management? He gets the most out of his players. Like, the fact is, if I had to complain about Tibbs, I think he gives up on players on his bench too quickly, and he needs to find ways to play people at times. But I'm not mad that he runs the hell out of his starters, Beadle.
I'm 100% with you. I am not part of the Tibbs. We've got torches and we're coming after him in the village. I'm not going to be, never will be. I think that, yes, there have been players in his past and probably players currently that don't want to play with him because of his style, and that's fine. He's not for everybody, but I believe the team they put together there is for him. And I do agree with you. I wish they would either get a couple more dudes for the bench or trust the ones you have. Because right now, if you have a heartbeat, you need to put a uniform on and get out there.
If everybody was available to this team, they'd have a little bit of bench.
Yeah.
And presumably he'd be playing them some. The thing is, now he has to adjust. And some of these guys who are currently not seeing time need to be capable of coming in a game. But I'm with you. I don't think any other coach would have this team this good at this point. So
nope. I love it. They're soulies. Up next, so many words. So many words have been printed and posted on Kendrick versus Drake. But some of the most definitive came from our very own Shay Serrano, who tweeted that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has officially entered the uppermost levels of the rap battle canon. Sits at the table with Hit 'Em Up and Ether. Do we want to continue talking about Tibbs or switch over to Shay's take on Not Like Us?
I want to toss Tibbs over the top.
Okay, but carefully. We do like him.
We know it's a respectful clothesline, but
sir.
I have some thoughts here.
Okay.
Couple issues. Number one, Not Like Us, it's interesting because it's phenomenal. You could argue it's not even the best song of this battle. I really think that in terms of like a battle record, as Shay put it, I think Euphoria is the better battle record. Not Like Us, everyone loves singing right now, and it's got all the memorable parts. It's exactly why. It is funny that like everyone honors Kendrick for being underground the most, but the song they're celebrating the most was the one that he intentionally served up to be like, here's something basic for everyone to dance to.
It's like a summer jam. Woo!
And everyone's like, oh, this is the one that I'm going to say is the greatest one. I don't even think it's the best one here, while it's fantastic, but that's not my biggest issue. My biggest issue with Shay's statement, and it's the same issue I have with an article in The Ringer last week about the best battle records of all time that had Hit 'Em Up by Tupac #1. Hit 'Em Up is like a really popular, loved song. It's not a great battle record.
Why not?
Because I'm sorry, just saying you fat motherfucker, that's why I fucked your wife. Like, I get it. It's
that's
harsh. Fair. And I mean, don't get me wrong, starting a song off by going, first off, fuck you and the crew you claim.
I do think
it's very direct.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. They're not wasting time on words.
But the fact of the matter is, no one listens to Hit 'Em Up after Tupac's verse. I dare someone to tell me that they really listened to the verses post Tupac. And second of all, when you talk about No Vaseline or Ether or Takeover or The Bridge Is Over or Second Round Knockout, these were songs that were like intricate and really destroyed someone. Tupac is just Tupac. So he's getting all the credit for his charisma of just being like, fuck you, you fat motherfucker. But it's not really on the level.
No, wait, can I say this though? It's relatable, Peter, okay? Most of us, when we are mad at someone, we don't have the abilities to write poetry. We just say, you're fat, and now I'm going to bang your loved one.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
and that's exactly why it shouldn't be in the lexicon of all-time greats.
Fair.
And little known fact, and I'm okay taking my East Coast bias in this way, this is just a fact, I've never played Hit 'Em Up for fun. I won't play it. Don't listen to it.
What do you mean for fun?
Like, if it gets played on the radio station that I'm on, or like I'm having a conversation about it, but like I will not blast that song being that disrespectful to Biggie in my car.
Oh,
no,
specific.
That shit gets no play in my ride.
That makes sense. I think it's funny.
I guess that would make it. But here's why it wasn't funny to me is it got popular like after Biggie died. It got really popular because obviously it all happened in such a short window. So yeah, it just never rubbed me the right way. So I guess I just showed utter and complete bias, but I'll stand by the argument.
I appreciate that you will.
Up next, with the NFL draft over with, for a second I got scared. I was like, wait, are they doing another one?
Yeah, are we doing this again?
Why are we talking about this again? Did someone say JJ McCarthy? What's happening? We now move on to the next most overhyped day on the NFL calendar. The schedule release.
No.
After some delay, the schedule is supposedly dropping this Wednesday. That's right. But this year, all the attention might actually be warranted given all the intriguing, amazing new streaming media rights speculation. One big rumor, according to Variety, Netflix is poised to win streaming rights to 2 Christmas Day games. Do we want to continue talking about the Drake-Kendrick fallout, which there is still more on that that we didn't hit? Or do we want to switch to streaming companies making more money with the league that has more money than more money and more money and money and money and football and money and money?
I crunched the numbers today and I'm paying like $1,000 for all these streaming services. I thought I was cutting the cord and saving money. Turns out I'm tripled up. So I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm good. Like, hey, let's spend time talking about how the NFL will continue to rip us off. And we can't do anything but say, please, can I have another? Because we're addicted and obsessed with this league. All right, over the top you go, NFL, and you're getting rich, more rich.
Richest.
Let's talk more about Kendrick and Drake because, Beadle, it appears that Drake threw in the towel this weekend.
Officially?
I mean, he put up an IG story that was like a meme of like one samurai fighting like 1,000 samurais. And he was like, all right, that was fun. Summer on deck. And basically was like, so for those paying attention.
Summer. What?
Yeah. Was that a play on people saying he got BBL done?
He's amazing. Did
he
Ozempic? Really do that? Did he do that? Ozempic, fine, but the BBL I can't. And then he put a house up for sale for like 88 mil. He's got a lot going on, this one.
He's got a lot going on. So here's the way I took his statement. Hey, I'm done with this battle-ish now. The money is getting funny, and I'm out. And furthermore, while I'm at it, I just want to remind you, you guys ganged up on me, and it was not cool. I mean, that was sort of what the meme is, right? Like, just a reminder.
Yes. Yeah.
Just a reminder, you guys ganged up, and it wasn't nice.
It's like 7 against 1.
And by the way, I'm sorry, Drake. Like, no one cared about anyone in this except Kendrick. Like, all due respect, I know that sounds like a diss to everybody else involved.
Fair.
I'm just being honest with you. This isn't going to be remembered in history as Drake versus everyone.
No.
Look what it said. If you're watching us right now on Amazon Prime or YouTube, it says Kendrick v. Drake. You can show all the samurais you want, but really, people viewed it as you versus Kendrick. And it seems that most people viewed it as a Kendrick win. So
didn't even realize we were discussing other gentlemen in this one. So yeah. See? Up next. Oh, this is right up your alley. Commanders coach Dan Quinn wore a t-shirt to practice that featured a mashup of the current and the former team logos, i.e. the team name below a large W adorned with 2 feathers. Team had no comment. Fan reaction online, of course, as always, is split. Some want the hybrid logo and others were outraged. Do we continue talking about Drake v. Kendrick or switch to Dan Quinn?
All right, I want to let's talk about my Commanders for a second,
let's do it. I'm glad. Okay, good.
Over the top, Kenny and Drake. Let's talk more foosball. I'm accusing our producers of doing like what every news outlet does. Like the New York Post will be like, Twitter users were outraged when blah, blah, blah happened. I'm like, was there really outrage? Like outrage should be reserved, that word, for when like there's a legitimate groundswell, right? Like
there's fire in the street.
Yeah, like you could point to some current events and say, yes, I'm sensing outrage.
Yep.
I don't believe there was outrage over this. I don't believe anybody saw just the 2 feathers on the W and was literally outraged. Now, maybe there were people who said, hey, if the old Redskins logo is wrong, then there should be no connection to it. But personally, as a Commanders fan who certainly was initially and still am for the name change. Like I thought it was the right thing to do. And listen, I'm not a Native American, so who cares what I think?
What?
But yeah, I know it's crazy. But no, I wasn't outraged. I think that having a little bit of an homage, it always seemed to me that what people were offended by with regard to the Redskins name was the name Redskins.
The name and the cartoonish logo.
Yeah, and perhaps that. Although I do hear people do have mixed feelings on the logo.
That too.
But yes.
I've heard that too. Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing. And I'm pretty up to date on Twitter and stuff. I didn't know this actually happened until I walked into work on Monday. So I don't think it was an outrage.
No, it didn't rise to the level of outrage. The Chiefs still exist as a logo.
Yeah, and they're still doing the dumb chant thing. So
it's still. I've said this before. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Even though I was in favor of the name change for a long time, because it just felt like, to me, if anybody's offended by a name, it kind of feels like if someone feels they're being used as a mascot and it's offensive, then you probably need to change it.
Yeah.
That being said, I will always maintain they would have never had to change the name if Snyder wasn't such an asshole.
I think that's fair. He puts a bigger target on it, and they're like, "How can
we get him?" If he hadn't said the words, "We will never change the name," and you can put that in all caps. If he hadn't been such an indignant asshole, he had just played the game a little bit and said, "Hey, we're sorry people feel that way. What can we do to make this better?" AKA, who can I give money to make this go away? I think it would have probably.
Can you imagine him saying any of those things? How can we fix this? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Can you imagine him caring about any of those things?
But by the way, that's what's so funny about the whole situation. So not only did you decide to get indignant, not only did they change the name, that was the beginning of you losing the whole damn thing. It started with that, and it just kept going and going and going. Up next, the NBA versus the NFL player debate rages on. Last week on Pat McAfee, Austin Rivers said it's easier for NBA players to transition to the NFL than vice versa, and said he could name 30 NBA players who could play in the NFL right now. This led to backlash from former NFL players like J.J. Watt, James Jones, and Ryan Clark, who said there aren't 5 who could make the jump. I tend to think they're right. Do we want to continue to talk about Dan Quinn rocking the throwback homage, or move on to a made-up debate about NBA players playing in the NFL?
Yeah, this is kind of I guess we'll talk about this so we can throw Coach Quinn over the top. But I'm really only doing that because shout out to the PR department for both Austin Rivers and McAfee and everything else. This debate is not new. It's not even a debate. It's a conversation that I think we've been having since the beginning of putting, former athletes on panels and having this discussion and having a guest on that plays in one of those 2 leagues and then asking them, hey, do you think that you could transition over if you absolutely had to? If you had 15 minutes to play in an NBA game, do you think you could get a shot off or maybe even get a couple points? None of this is new. So shout out to whoever decided to paint this in the light that this is brand new. Woo! Austin Rivers discovering gravity apparently last week. Well done.
By the way, get the hell out of here, Coach Quinn. We're not talking about you anymore.
Yeah, weirdo. Just kidding. Why am I calling him weird? But now, I will say this. Has anyone made Austin Rivers give them the list of 30 players?
30 is just madness.
Yeah, 30 seems high.
Let me think. So everyone says LeBron. Okay. LeBron.
Okay. What positions are we making these dudes?
Well, LeBron, everyone's always said tight end, right? Like a super, athletic, catch the ball tight end.
Okay.
No, I don't. Although LeBron could probably block too. He could probably do it all. It's LeBron James.
I don't know. I've seen him when he kind of gets hit. It's almost like he was shot.
Could Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes just have switched places? Could Steph have been a quarterback, a little running, scrambling, gunning quarterback?
I would love to know, because here's the thing about Steph. Steph's one of those dudes I think is just really good at whatever he wants to do. You've seen him at golf. It's like a scratch golfer. He's ready to go.
Mahomes is a pretty good golfer too.
That's what I'm saying is maybe, and quarterbacks do get a lot more protection. So perhaps, they're going to get hit at some point. That's the thing where the NBA loses points, because we see you guys get touched, not hit, touched. And the ensuing downfall that occurs after that is ridiculous. Sometimes I think there's a sniper in the building. So yeah, I don't. That part I think I have a problem with.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I'll tell you one area. Patrick Mahomes will always beat Steph Curry in, and that is being a douche. And by the way, I just want to be clear. I say that with all due respect.
Wait, I thought it was the brother and the wife. Patrick Mahomes is also the douche?
I mean,
interesting. Or the sunglasses indoors at the games?
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's just giving. Is he not giving like high school bully energy all the time these days?
Yeah, the sunglasses indoors for me is an automatic no. It has been since the beginning. I don't love it.
You can't just picture him being like, yo, shut up, you fucking loser. You're not even invited to the party, bro. Like, that's what he gives.
And then just push him into a locker.
God, I really hurt my voice doing a bad Patrick Mahomes
I know.
impression.
Also, that was the worst Patrick Mahomes impression.
Shut up, Beadle. If you knew it was best for you.
It's awful. We're halfway through the show. Right now, I don't know how we got here. The most important topic of the day is Mahomes. Now you sound like Yoda. No. What's our topic? Can NFL dudes play NBA and can NBA play NFL? Boom, nailed it. Whew, we'll be back. Welcome back to Over the Top. Peter, what's our next challenger?
By the way, what are we doing right now, Beadle?
We
shouldn't even be doing the show. Do you know what's going on right now?
No, I don't.
Where are you?
New York.
You're in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in New York.
So what's that mean?
Why are we not at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show?
Look, I love dogs, but I always wanted to do a mutt version, and then somebody stole my idea at one of the networks, and I was like, fine, whatever.
Really? I always thought the same thing too. I guess it wasn't that great an idea, Beadle, because I literally
Or was that great that everybody had it?
Well, either way, have you ever been to the dog show before?
No.
Well, it's a great time.
It feels like a pageant to me.
Well, it is like a pageant, but guess what? Instead of annoying people, it's cute ass dogs. Hello.
Yeah, but it's kind of like horse racing. I don't want to see dogs being paraded around like puppets. I just want to see dogs being awesome dogs, like playing.
But they are. But I'm telling you, here's the thing, though.
Really? When they're walking around like this and everything's so tight, and they got a weird trainer lady that wears flat shoes and runs weird, and the whole thing, it's just awkward.
I'm sure it's definitely awkward, and I'm sure some of the people are like crappy and mean to them. But I think a lot of those dogs probably have a great time just like getting trained with mad treats all day.
For
like,
sure, lots of treats.
And running all day, not like lazy piece of you-know-what owners like me who are like, we'll walk for a block and we'll be back. These dogs get to exercise all day long with delicious treats.
That sounds great. Everyone likes to exercise all day long. Yeah,
well, dogs do, Beadle. Dogs
you don't know
like
that.
Exercise.
You don't know that. My dog loves sleeping 19 hours a day and then having meals.
Well, with all due respect, I've seen your dog. And by the way, seen your dog. He doesn't.
She's a woman.
Sorry,
she's a lady.
By the way, I don't see gender. Second of all,
you better start.
She doesn't give like Jackie Joyner Kersey vibes.
No,
she's giving sleep all day, roll over for a treat. Perhaps on a busy day, fart vibes.
Oh, she's a let 'em eat cake leader. That's her. She's 100% that.
Up next, the Joker winning his third MVP in 4 years has led to some new beef. While interviewing Jokic on TNT after the award announcement, Shaq told Jokic, "I love you. You're the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought that SGA should have been the MVP." Later, Shannon Sharp said on his podcast, I think a part of Shaq, he may not even admit to this, but Shaq sees these guys winning these MVPs and is a little envious.
Huh.
Shaq then took things a step further with a few Instagram posts and even dropped a diss track on Friday. Okay. And then Shea Serrano came out and said, this Shaq diss track has entered the pantheon of the greatest diss tracks of all time. I
love that.
He did not say that. However, do we want to keep talking about? No, we don't want to keep talking about basketball.
No.
When
Austin Rivers discovers slicing bread, maybe we can talk about that next week. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, no. We don't need to talk about whether or not LeBron would make it in the NFL. We've had this conversation. Let's talk about Shannon Sharp versus Shaq.
Okay.
The beef I never knew I always needed.
Here's the thing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I love Shaq. His timing was god awful. Like the meme that everyone was posting where it was Kanye and Taylor Swift and I'm going to give you your award, but first, all that. That's literally what Shaq did in real time, live on TNT. The man is standing there with headphones on, ready to do a quick interview, which we already know Jokic has no interest in the first place. He's like, yeah, thank you. And then you're sitting there like, before I get to it and tell you how great I think you are, I don't think you really should have gotten this award. So awkward. Like, I don't mind the opinion. The opinion is 100% valid.
I know what he was doing. No, he was doing morally. He was trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
He was saying, I don't want to be the kind of person who talks behind your back.
Yep.
I want to tell you the truth. And that is very Shaq.
I do like that.
So I totally respect it. But yeah, the problem is he doesn't care if you say it behind his back. Like, just don't say it to his face on TV when he's being I get it. I could have done. I've said so much dumber stuff during interviews. So I feel you, Shaq. But then it turns into Shannon Sharp stirring the pot, which really just brings us to a point like we need to stop and appreciate, because these things creep up on you. It's 2024.
Sure.
And Shannon Sharp has like the most impactful voice in sports media. Like, he's way up there. I mean, if Shannon Sharp says something, it gets talked about.
I've never watched anything Shannon Sharp does. Only reason I know about it is because it's on Twitter.
You didn't watch Cat Williams?
Nothing. I don't have the attention span for a 3-hour anything.
You watch the clip. You see the clips.
I've seen like a write-up of the gist of what it was.
So you're saying late at night after a long day of work, you don't get in bed and watch the nightcap, a conversation between Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco?
Yeah, well, those are soothing voices that you want to fall asleep to. No, I don't. I don't even listen to the podcasts of friends I have that have good podcasts.
So, wait, you don't mean...
I'm all of them.
You listen, I know all of our friends.
You could speed it up. You could just speed it up and put it on there. Yeah, I feel like in this day and age, and it's cool that people do, and I'm glad everyone listening to this continue to do so. Subscribe. Please give us a good review and all that good stuff. But I think the world does a good... I know what Shannon Sharp says, whether I want to know or not, because it shows up on my timeline. Fair
point. I don't want to see these guys fighting. I want them to get along.
Look at that. Look at you, peacemaker.
Shay and Shaq, they're American treasures, for God's sake.
They are treasures. Yes. Up next, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson had their first 2 press conferences yesterday. Mike said he likes Jake Paul, but when he steps into the ring, quote, he needs to fight like his life is depending on it, because it will be. However, Jake Paul came back and said he can outbox Mike Tyson and will prove everyone wrong. And that, quote, he will be the one doing the killing.
Wait, excuse me?
Let's let that just let it simmer.
Feel like that didn't come out. Right.
So do we want to talk about a feud or killing?
I'm the one. Hold on. We need to talk about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Shaq and Shannon, over the top you go.
Bye.
Hold on, bro.
Look,
I'm the one who's going to talk about the kill. I'll be the one who's doing the killing. All right.
Wait, where's this fight taking place again?
In Dallas, Texas.
In Dallas. That's right.
Do you want to know why? You want to know why I know that, Beadle?
Because you're going.
I want to go, but let me tell you something, Beadle. I'm putting this out into the universe. I'm taking a risk. I want to be a part of that broadcast. I know it's going to be crazy.
Oh, on Netflix.
I know people have many things to say about it. I want to be a part of it. I had a meeting. I told them, I said, I need you people to understand something. Anything can happen on a fight night. Okay.
It's true.
And as we've seen in the modern era of fighting, we no longer live in the era of like Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant. We are in a bunch of different places where we're putting together new teams. Now, I know, because he hosted the press conference today and he does a great job at all the fights. I know Ariel Helwani will be a part of this thing. He's great. He's locked in and he's an ace to have.
Love.
But as you're filling out the people that are there, there's no one better to ad-lib endlessly about to contextualize a Mike Tyson fight in 2024 than me.
Wait, are you going to get to do it? Or is this where we're putting it in the universe now? Okay, we're doing it now. Okay, it's in the...
I'm putting it out. This is not a drill, Beadle.
Manifest.
Are you manifesting it?
Manifesting it. Isn't that what people say now? They're going to manifest it?
Yes.
Manifesting it.
I'm putting it out in the universe. I really want to be a part of it.
Well, then it will happen because I live in a world where we get what we want.
We, privileged, well-to-do broadcasters, get to do more.
I just want a real fight. That's all I want. I want something real. And if there's killing involved, so be it.
Well, listen, Beadle, I can't guarantee whether Mike will do killing. I certainly hope Jake Paul won't do killing.
But he said he was going to do the killing, dude.
I know, but I promise you that if I'm a part of it, Beadle, you will be entertained on that night.
Sweet.
Up next, the NBA held its annual draft lottery this weekend to determine the top 14. By the way, didn't realize it happened this weekend. Top 14 picks in the upcoming NBA draft. But this manufactured event from hell also came with its share of intrigue. First, the poor Pistons defied the highest odds in the lottery for the first overall pick again. For the second year in a row, they pulled a 5. But more fascinating is what Beadle's Spurs might do with their 2 lottery picks at 4 and 8. Speculation is rampant that they could package those picks for a stud point guard like a Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell to pair with Wemby. Beadle's doing a happy girl dance. I take it you want to toss Tyson and Paul over the top rope and talk about the draft lottery?
I hate that we have months to go until this fight. Like, so many things could happen between now.
But you sure I could use the next 3 minutes begging for a job?
Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Do you want to manifest?
No, we've manifested. I think we did a great job manifesting.
I have a cauldron. I've made a potion. I'm manifesting.
Throwing it in. All right, then let's throw it over the top. And you tell me about the excitement you have. Because this is the last time you're going to get to talk. Excitement. Well, you don't have excitement about 2 lottery picks?
I just thought it was funny that the draft lottery happened in between games, and I didn't even realize. Whereas that time last year, I was seated with my Spurs hat on in front of a television, sweating and waiting for an envelope situation. So it's kind of hilarious what a difference a year makes, because if you guys haven't heard, and you probably have, this draft is not, how do you say, stellar. I did think it was funny that the Spurs, once again, with the old horseshoe up the tuchus, had a nice little situation there and lucked out. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Yeah, they do need a point guard, and they do have lots of assets, and maybe they're going to make that happen. I just find myself feeling bad for the draft class, because all I've heard is, well, it's a shitty draft class. Who cares? And that is hurtful to the young men whose dreams are about to start.
But it's good news for the aforementioned Bronny James. Makes that plan even easier.
Pick, Los Angeles Lakers will take.
Well, you think he's their first round pick?
I think I would not be shocked.
Because couldn't they get him wherever?
Maybe, unless somebody decides to pull the ultimate cool dick move. Which I am for, by the way. I am for that.
What a heel move. and with the 48th pick in the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select.
Now we're talking intrigue. I'm back in, baby. Go. Up next, the Knicks' run so far in the playoffs has been nothing short of star-studded. We've got legendary Knickerbocker alumni showing out at the Garden and on the road in support of the team. John Starks, Patrick Ewing, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, a whole bunch of dudes have been fixtures at these games, but still no Charles Oakley. As you may or may not remember, Oak's been absent from Knick games since the tussle back in 2017 with MSG security. There was an ejection, there was a banning, and according to him, I guess their lawyer called my lawyer saying it's a good time to come back to the Garden. I think it's a bad time. They've got to apologize. Yeah, Oak, stand your ground. Woohoo! Do we want to talk about whatever happened the other night with the draft lottery, or continue talking about principles?
Yeah, don't offend us by making us choose between these things. The draft lottery's out of here. Let's talk about the oak tree. I simultaneously respect Charles Oakley.
Yes, I know we're going to agree on this.
And I just kind of wish he would have gone with it.
I know. I mean, there's time. Maybe. Hopefully.
Remember our Dan Snyder conversation earlier about how he's the reason he had to change the name?
Yeah, I do.
If Dolan wasn't an idiot, he would just be like, really, I have to apologize? Fine. I apologize. I mean, like, dude, you're like a billionaire. And it's going to make you... Can you imagine tomorrow night or whenever you hear this, at the next Knick home game from when you're hearing this, imagine the camera goes and they cut to the Knick alum, crowd cheer for Ewing, crowd cheer for Starks, camera moves over, Oakley.
My God. Oh, my
that alone could get you a win. And when you're shorthanded, Beadle,
you need everything.
Everything.
And look, Dolan, listen, Mr. Dolan, sir, if you are watching this, and you probably
Todo,
are.
if you were.
Todo.
Todo or Todo.
God, that sounds awful. Let's let bygones be bygones, because right now you are in the midst of one of the best feel-good stories of the NBA season with a bunch of lads that the world is rallying behind. You need weapons. And if that means vibes, apologize, bro. Just apologize.
I don't know why I called him
Oak live.
Tado or
I don't either.
Toto and not Jado or Jado.
Jado. That sounds nice. Jado.
It's never going to happen. But dude, if you
But I
just
want it to.
actually stopped being a baby and said, you know what?
Please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charles Oakley, because this
We
means a
were wrong.
lot to Charles Oakley, and it really doesn't need to mean anything to you.
Dude, we were
It's
like
just-
rallying around Charles Oakley. I still have a t-shirt somewhere that said Free Oak. And secondly, who gets unbanned first? Oakley or Emily Ratatouille?
It's Radikowski,
Who cares?
and I want them both together at the game, and then I think they should get married on a whim. Charles Oakley, think about that celeb couple, Oakley and Radikowski.
No, I don't like it.
Ratok.
Ratatouille.
Up next, rumors of the Denver Nuggets' death were greatly exaggerated. Down
Whoops.
2-0 to Minnesota, and everyone predicting a sweep, including myself and Shaq and so many more. The defending champs have roared back. They tied the series at 2-2 after winning both games on the road. And by the way, if you're a T-Wolves fan, you were expecting the series going to be over.
Oh, for sure.
Now, imagine the Denver crowd when it goes back to Denver 2-all. Oh, man. Do we want to continue talking about Charles Oakley and his situation with MSG or move on to the Minnesota hype train crash?
Well, I'm torn because we could take this opportunity to begin a petitioning situation where we get the nation behind freeing Oak.
Oh, I like
So
this.
I'm a little torn. Do we do that? Or do we talk hoops? I mean, we could still do it without continuing that conversation. Hashtag free Oak.
How about this? I mean, obviously, you get up 2-0 and then
Yeah.
you go home and blow 2 games. It's not what you want.
No, it's a drunk series. It's a one. And nobody wins at home in this series. It's drunk. It doesn't make sense.
And unfortunately, I'll play the hackadoo, stupid media person who was picking a Minnesota sweep and now go, nope, change my mind. I think Denver wins 4 straight. But that's kind of what I'm feeling now is like, are you really going to win back in Denver? Then they're up 3-2. You go back to Minnesota and the crowd's like, Either way, let's throw them over the top, Beadle. I think you need a moment to rally for Oak, your guy.
Yeah, let's do it. So, gentlemen, if you could just show yourself out. I think, and I don't know what the best way to do this is, and maybe we just brainstorm it out right now, is what do we think is the quickest way to Dolan's heart? Now, we know he loves music, fancies himself a musician, got a band. Is there a musician that we could appeal to join our cause, to get behind Free Oak?
Remember, this goes beyond Free Oak now. Now it's apologize to Oak.
We need to get a musician on board, a good one, a big one.
Ice Spice.
And she's been courtside a lot.
Yeah, and she is down to clap her ass for the cause. We know that.
So what do we get? We get Stiller, Rock, Morgan, Bateman, people that have been at every game. Maybe we get them to all sort of appeal to Dolan's, because Dolan loves celebrities. Let's not kid ourselves.
Sure, of course he does.
Up next, it doesn't matter. I'll watch it. Last week I mentioned that the charter flight issue might loom large for the upcoming WNBA season. Well, guys, if there was ever any proof that people are watching this podcast and listening, here it is. The league announced they're implementing league-wide charter flights. I've already seen the videos of the Indiana Fever on a charter flight, Peter. We did it. Look, that's what I'm saying about Free Oak. We have the power to make change here. What do you want to do?
I think we got to keep working on our plan for Oakland.
Okay.
Congratulations
we did
to the
it.
WNBA. Even if you're getting paid $19,000 a year, at least you're flying in class.
And also,
Style.
can I give you a vet tip, ladies? I know there's gonna be food on these charters. They're almost too much food at times. Take a bunch of sandwiches and chips each time you get off the plane. You're gonna want those snacks later on. Plus, yeah, you mentioned the low salaries. Can never have too many snacks.
Beadle, great call by you. But over the top you go, WNBA. By the way, how does this league start 3 days after their draft? It's crazy.
I like it. That's what I'm talking about. Like the fact that I'm talking about a Tyson fight that's happening 7 years from now, it's stupid. Drafts, new players, get your uniform, start your season. Boom. Now, back to
you're
Oak.
saying you're saying you want fight announced, fight
Yes.
next week. Let's do it.
Fight announced, press conference, fight.
Fight this weekend. You
Yes.
want every fight to kind of be like in Rocky V when Rocky fought Tommy Morrison in the street. That's what you're looking for.
That's not the best comparison. That's not one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Remember
the
Don King, the fake Don King guys? Like,
yes,
Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. And then Sylvester Stallone's like, my ring's outside. And then they just fight right there in the street.
Yeah,
That's
not my favorite. No. I want them to have been training.
Okay.
But just like, ugh. Okay, have we come up with a musician? I don't know why I'm stuck on that.
Back to the plan.
Okay, hashtag free Oak, hashtag apologize to Oak.
But we need to come up with a song title too.
Okay.
How about we go, like I said, Ice Spice, and it's Shake That Ass for Oak. And the video is just like girls clapping it for the oak tree.
Clapping their asses?
That's right. You've seen a video in 2024, haven't you?
A lot of rizz.
Oh boy. Here we go. I thought we covered this earlier about you never saying that again.
Believe that's rizz related. Dude, Oak has rizz.
Totally.
He is rizz.
Right. And what about the RZA?
Rizz?
And what about the RZA? He's got rizz.
He's definitely rizz.
No, you can't describe something. It's not an adjective. I know that for a fact. It's supposedly, according to one of our crack staff, it's apparently short for charisma, like Riz. Got that Rizz.
I'm sorry. What are all you assholes in such a hurry for that you can't just say charisma? Sorry, don't have time for the extra syllables. Riz. No, I'm going to use it how I want because it's stupid to begin with. I am Riz.
It's not how it goes. No, you're definitely Riz. All right, that's 90 seconds, which means we've come to a decision. The new, undisputed, most important thing on planet Earth this week.
Yes!
Ice Spice clapping that thing for the oak tree.
Let's make it happen.
We back in.
We're going to hashtag it, free Oak, hashtag it all. I want Oak at the Garden because that's going to put them over the top.
Holy crap. Was that full circle? Over the top? The name of the what?
We should retire.
I do wonder what Dolan would do if like Jalen Brunson came out and was like, I really wish they would just make up. Yes.
If the Villanova 3 just have a meeting, Mr. Dolan, sir, we would like to have a quick meeting with you if we might. We couldn't help but notice there's something missing, a vital piece of the puzzle that is Knicks fandom, Knicks greatness, Knicks reunions. I mean, Amari Stoudemire's in it. Come on. Let's go.
That is it for us. Tune in next week to determine the only thing you need to care about and what goes over the top. Way to Rizz this week. Beadle, you did it.
Rizz!